Hello, John, John Bond. No, welcome to another episode of Being John Ashford, Orgasmic Conscious Cooking, hanging out with yours truly on a Tuesday night. I got something that's tantalizing and orgasmic for the tongue. My favorite, caramel corn. Now this is deluxe caramel corn, but before I start talking more, I'm gonna turn this popcorn on. Hope you guys can see me because I want the popcorn to pop, and I got a bunch of different things here. And let me just give you some history of this. First of all, let me give some shout outs before I get started. My brother Derek Blocker over there, you can't see him. He never shows up on the camera. He's making this happen out of Chi-Town. I appreciate him. Thanks a lot. And Gino, thank y'all for producing this. Check this out. Today, if Dora Dunnington was living, she would be 99 years old. That's my mom's, that's my maternal grandmother, my mom's mom. And she was the queen of the kitchen. She was the one who got it started. She's the one, and my brother and I still have certain recipes that we make that came originally from my grandmother. The baking, really, my mom showed me and my brother. My brother keeps it that legend going in our family. Uh, and then tomorrow, I'm gonna tell you a little history about Ashford's and how we do it. This is how we do it. Check this out. My brother and I have two children born on the same day, 7 hours apart. What? 7 hours apart. We call them the Ashford twins, but from two different brothers and two different women. Only Ashford can do that. Nobody can brag. Nobody else in our family got that bragging right. Everybody can talk about the Taylors. Everybody in our family can talk about stuff, but they can't do that what Ashford can do anyway. I'm wearing this shirt because 24 years ago, I was wearing this shirt when she was born at Emmanuel Hospital. And so I'm dedicating this show to DW, my nephew, who's in Las Vegas, and my mom and my daughter Adia, who I will see tomorrow. And everybody will get a gift of this caramel popcorn. Now, why this caramel popcorn? Now, why I started making caramel popcorn? Because I'm from Chicago, and they got this called popcorn called Garrett's, and I love me some Garrett's. But at first you got Garrett's, and it was decent. You paid a decent dollar for it. But before so long, they started charging you stuff that was just ridiculous. It's like $25 for about this much popcorn. Well, my mom figured it out. This is my mom. This is my mom. It's not really my mom's recipe, but she made it so often that I kept it moving in the family. Okay, and I made it deluxe. And I'm gonna show you why mine is deluxe compared to other people's caramel corn. Okay, now you guys can see. Pretty soon you're gonna see this fill up with popcorn. There it goes. The special thing about this popcorn maker, about 2 years ago, I was at home and my dad said, I don't eat regular popcorn. I do microwave popcorn, which I got kind of sad because the microwave ain't that good for him. But he's like, I prefer microwave popcorn when I eat it. So he gave me this. So I'm using something from my mom and dad's kitchen to show you guys homemade caramel popcorn. So what I'm gonna do today, I'm gonna walk you through the process. I'm not gonna show you how the whole thing is done because I have a finished product to show you at the end of the show. Okay? You see it happening? Can you guys still hear me? Am I good? I hope so. Now, the consciousness part of this is what's popping in your world right now. Get it popping, popcorn. There's a lot of stuff going on the world right now. What's catching your attention? That's the question I guess I have for you. What's catching your attention, and what would it take for you to let go of that if it's not making you happy? What's popping or what's happening is the question I would ask. Now, as you can see, the popcorn has got it's not popping anymore. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to unplug it, turn it off. Now, I don't want it to burn. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn it upside down without making a mess. Did I do that? Yes. Steam is hot as hell, y'all. Hot as hell. I'm going to sit this right here. Get this out of the way. Okay. Okay. Now, this is the popcorn. This is a half. This is actually a little bit over 2/3 cup of unpopped popcorn will make 4 quarts of popcorn. Now, I want this to stay warm, right? Because when the caramel is being made, if you pour warm caramel over cold or room temperature popcorn, it gets solid too quick. I don't want that to happen. So I'm gonna show you guys a trick. So, and I learned this by going on the internet. You can use the internet for more than porn, okay? For those of you all who do that. So what I learned is that I was making the popcorn and doing it on a cookie sheet, and I was making a mess. Popcorn was everything, everywhere. Show you the remedy. Here's the quick remedy of it. You turn your oven on to 250, and you take your boiler like this. You know, you cook your turkey or your meat in the Christmas holidays, and bam, okay? What you're gonna do is you're gonna take some oil. It's gonna be hot, so I don't want to grab and burn myself, embarrass myself on my show. So I don't want it to stick when I put it in. So I put a little spray oil, coconut spray oil. I use coconut oil to pop the popcorn. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take the popcorn, bam, get all the remnants out of there. Okay. Now, why is my popcorn deluxe? I'm gonna show you guys in a second. But first, well, no, okay. I have 4 quarts of popcorn. Now the recipe I'm gonna show you, this is not on the recipe. This is not in the recipe. I do this myself because the first time I did it, my wife's like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna make love to you for the rest of my life." Thank God she does. Okay. A cup of salted cashews, a cup of salted peanuts, a cup of raw. Can you see those pecans? And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stir this up a little bit. Put this back in the oven. So while I make the caramel, this actually gets the nuts gets warm. You know, you have warm nuts, not sweaty nuts, but warm nuts. I almost dropped that, y'all. Let me get both of those out of here so I don't drop that next time. So now we're ready. We're about to drop this butter in here. It's gonna be a little warm, and then we'll measure out the rest of the ingredients, and we'll get started. Keep it warm is a great tip. Yes, it's easy to maneuver when it's warm. If it's cold, you have to work really fast, really, really fast, and that's not a good thing. Okay. So it's a cup of butter because I doubled the sauce. The recipe is going to call for just half of this. But the first time I made it wasn't enough caramel for the popcorn, so I realized my mom was the one who told me a while back, double this stuff up, double it up, double it up. If I can get all my butter out of here, I'll be fine. Get the butter in here. Okay. Now I have so instead a half a cup of butter. This is a cup of butter. I'm doubling everything because the first time I made it, it was like I was being stingy with the caramel. I like my caramel popcorn to be caramel like Garrett's, like caramel, like mmm. So you let this butter turn this up a little bit because we're gonna boil this for about 10 minutes. Okay. Get all the ingredients in here. So it says a cup of brown sugar. Remember though, I'm doubling everything. So I'm gonna drop this in here. Came a little solid. Okay. So we have 2 cups of brown sugar. Double it. I'm sorry, I should have told Derek that. That was my fault. You want to double your ingredients in this one because you want to have, you'll see. You'll see when I start making this. So when I was talking about what's popping, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now. But I need to do one more thing before I get talking because this is very important. This is, it's calls for a half a cup of corn syrup. I'm putting the whole cup in. A whole cup. So it says a half cup. Remember I told you I'm doubling everything. Now, I'm going to show you something in a second about this recipe that's kind of dope that my wife brought. And I was like, yeah, any of you guys out there actually cook, make candy or anything? This is a hint. What in this mix that I'm making, what can I add to this to make this just a candy, not make it a caramel corn? Can anybody tell me? My wife said it, and I was like, yeah. And when she said it, I was like, you're absolutely right. I'm going to tell you the secret about candies. This is the same recipe as for, can you tell? Can you tell? Brittle. If you make if you make brittle, this is the same recipe for peanut brittle. I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna show you the three ingredients that it's gonna change it all. I'm gonna hold this up here in a second. So I'm gonna let this boil for a little bit and not interrupt it. Okay. Uh, so my popcorn's done. You have to let this. Let me turn on my timer. So we're gonna do this for. No. Give me 1 second. Let's do this for 7 minutes. Okay. What's up, Aunt Donna? How you doing? That's my mama's baby sister and my aunt. Uh, we have some stories we could tell. Well, Donna, it's coming. Actually, I'm glad you're on here because you can go downstairs and get it tomorrow. Tori's gonna put it in the mail for mom and dad. I'm sending some to Las Vegas for my nephew and my brother who's gonna be down there, and hopefully you all enjoy this caramel corn. I mean, you guys don't. You'll get to see me. You get to, and then what you can do, Donna, if you can go online and let people know how it tastes. Because you usually come on my show all the time. You can say is it good or not. My brother on the other side, Derek's gonna get some also. So one of the things about today's my grandmother's birthday. It'll be her 100th birthday. And one of the things that Dora did is that you always felt her love in her cooking. And today I was dedicating this because this is one of my favorite recipes from my mom. And the unique aspect, I make it good. It's really good. My brother told me it's really good. My dad's like, you got it just like mom, but I don't. And I'm gonna say why. Because my mom put a little twist. Mine's good, but my mom, everybody who cooks, it's like this. What if you recognize that every single soul on planet Earth is a poem in the palm of God's hand? And if that's true, then every cook is going to have one secret ingredient that's not really a secret. It's called love. And that's what's in this. And that's what my grandmother did. My favorite thing, thanks, Donna. My favorite thing that my grandmother always cooked, she made the best beans. I try, but she would make a bean. You know, if you have, I know that I'm segueing, we're talking about caramel corn. Have you ever had, I guess I need to be careful with this, beans and they didn't break up? And my grandmother was the queen of that. Her beans never broke up. Never broke up. And they were always scrumptious. It was like a little explosion inside of your mouth. Oh my God. Anyway, this caramel corn. Okay. I'm going to, now you got to be very, very careful with this, guys. See, I'm not going to hold this up too much because this will burn the shit out of you. You think grits is hot? Get caramel on your ass. Okay. So, I'm going to move this aside because I'm going to take this off in a second because it's doing its thing. See that? It's caramel, right? And you want to stir it. Stir it up, little darling. Low and slow. Low and slow. You're right, Donna. So I'm going to put some magic ingredients in this in a second. I'm going to let you guys see something. Okay? But I'm going to pull it off to the side. I want it to keep on cooking. Let's see. Yes. It's done its thing. I'll put the timer on, I think, just a little bit after everything was made. You don't want it to turn into taffy because then it's hard to work with. So you want it to be like still workable. And you're going to have to do this a little quick. You ain't got a lot of time to sit and pick your nose and go take a poo-poo and do that. Well, if you take a poo-poo, wash your hands. But you shouldn't do that when you're cooking anyway. Just take a break. Okay. So I'm going to pull this to the side. Okay. Now, turn that off. A teaspoon. It says a half a teaspoon of soda. I'm put a teaspoon of baking soda. About a fourth a teaspoon of salt. And then I'm going to do something I want you guys to watch and see what this starts to happen. It starts to expand and it gets lighter in color. And it's the chemical of the sugar and the soda together. If you guys can see how it's changing in color now, y'all see that? Now, my next ingredient is vanilla. So I like the vanilla flavor. So I put 2 tablespoons in there. It probably costs us for 1 teaspoon. Okay. So here we go. Can you guys see that? You see how it's changed and it's expanded? It's expanded. It's science. Anyway. Okay. Now, hot as hell in here. I guess hell is hot, huh? Okay. I'll put this right here. Now, I got my caramel sauce. I'm going to pour it over the top like that without burning myself. You don't want to burn this. It's not a good look to burn yourself with this, okay? It's not. But like my wife said, this is actually what brittle, like you would add the nuts to this now and put it on a cookie sheet and let it cool. And guess what you would have? Brittle. You would let it cook a little bit longer, though, I want to say. I have to look at the recipe. And maybe I'll make brittle one time so you guys see it. Anybody out there want some brittle? Okay. So I got all the caramel out of there. This is warm, so you're going to need this to hold on. Now, this is what you're going to do. You're not going to put your hands in here and do this. And I wouldn't suggest you let your little kids do that unless you don't like them little bastards. Because they're going to be all burnt and hurt and mad at you. And child service is going to be involved because they're going to see something wrong with you. Sounds like I'm talking about people at my job. Huh? I'm not. I'm just joking. Just joking. So what you want to do is you're going to turn it. And it's going to start to cool. Now, if this popcorn was cold or room temperature, it will start to get solid really quick. Don't want that. You don't want that. Now, and what you can smell, the nuts are sticking together. Ooh, it sounds kind of sexual, huh? But anyway, the nuts are sticking together and they're being coated in this caramel. See, you have to go from the bottom to the top. That sounds sexually too. Damn. My Aunt Donna must be rubbing off on me. She must have a date. I'm just joking. Donna, don't beat me up. Don't beat me up. Don't beat me up. So, can y'all see this? Now, the secret behind this, turn this off. It's kind of wet, okay? And you could eat it like this, but it would be like your fingers would get all sticky. And you really don't want to do that, okay? So the process is that this is going to go in the oven and about like 30 to 35 minutes. And what's going to happen is that I'm going to show you in a second. I'll show you in a second. Now, I got this well coated. Y'all see this? Let's see, sticky nuts. Laugh loud. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? I guess everybody know about sticky nuts. I guess they should. You know, why people get caught up, let me move this out the way, with who people have sex with, too. That's the other thing I never understand. People get all judgmental about, so-and-so having sex with this person and it's wrong. Shouldn't people just be worried about their damn selves? I don't know. People always doing judgment. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, y'all see this cookie sheet over here? I'm going to do it like this. Okay. So, I'm going to put half of this on here. Now, I use a silicone. Some people say use aluminum foil. You don't want to use aluminum foil. Aluminum foil is not good for you. I bought these at Costco. They're solid silicone, and nothing sticks to them. I love it. That new event, my new find. When I cook cookies and cakes and stuff, my pie pans, I can put that in there so it doesn't stick. Y'all see this? Donna, can you smell it? You probably gonna come over and beat FedEx. Okay. See that? So what you want to do is make sure it gets flat. And what happens is that you bake it in the oven at 250 for like, no joke, like 40 minutes, 35 minutes, 40 minutes. And what it does, it dries out the caramel so it becomes crunchy. If not, like right now, let me just taste this real quick without burning myself. It's kind of soft, tastes bomb, but that's not what we want after. Remember, keep your pot holder because this pan is hot. See that? See, if I had another camera, y'all be able to see the goodness in there. So that's what it looks like inside. I sprayed it to the side. Now I want to make sure it's flat so it can dry out the moisture that's in the caramel so it becomes crunchy. Okay. I'm gonna place it in the oven at 250. And the pan's hot. You don't want to mess with no caramel. You be like Al Green for all you young people. Let's see, soul food cooking. That looks good. Great. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's my mom's recipe. So timer. So first 15 minutes. Okay. I'm not gonna keep you guys with this because it's 6:51. So every 15 minutes, I'm gonna take it out and I'm gonna toss it so it doesn't stick. I don't want it hard. I want it to stay separate. I want it to dry out. At the very end, this, see how you hear that? Is your finished product. Best damn caramel corn ever. If you're interested, if you, hey, crunchy texture, buttery, salt, sweet sugar, orgasmic in your mouth, orgasm in your mouth. Some of y'all get some of this popcorn. If you work with me and you see this and you're watching tonight, if you hit me up, I'll bring some to work and you guys can share some of my creation. Uh, Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. You guys are wonderful people. Even if I don't know you, you're wonderful. Oh my God, yes, Donna. Oh my God, you'll be it'll be in the mail, so you can get that. I'll put an extra bag in there for Dad and Mom, and you can just have some. Uh, yeah, who are you honoring tonight? I'm honoring my grandmother and my daughter with this shirt. She's probably, Dad, you still got this shirt, and I still look good in the shirt, Donna. Look, yeah, look a little bit like Santa Claus, but that's all right. Yeah, babe, it's bomb. It's bomb. It ain't dinner, but it's dessert. I'm gonna get out of here. You see how fast I did that? It's about 6:55 right now. You prepare and here's the other piece. I want to get this. Stop going to the store buying Cracker Jack and not that popcorn. You saw the ingredients in there. There's no ingredients to preserve it. Sugar is its own preservative. When you buy the item and you pay it, what you need to find out what you're eating. Now here's the conscious thing. We need to start waking up and figuring out what we put in our mouth. Both sexually, I'm just kidding. Both physically and emotionally and energetically. What do you put in your mouth? And what's coming out? Okay, I'm gonna get off my soapbox. I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of the evening, day, or afternoon. Thank you for sharing your time with me. I know your time is precious, even though time is irrelevant. Do me a favor, be kind to you, give yourself a big hug, big kiss. And if you see somebody down the street or across from you in the car driving tomorrow morning or in the evening, wherever you are, look at them and say, "What's up?" Be kind. Until next week, peace.